You know how the false prophet said, have you ever been swallowed?
Man. Another one. How do you like my intro video? Shout out to Geno Jennings again, but this is going to be a different video. Here we have a Christian minister, an alleged Christian minister, receiving backlash after social media users notice similarities between her and Bishop T.D. Fake's "Woman, Thou Art Loose" sermon. Now, I will say this to any of you ministers out there, or upcoming ministers that be plagiarized, and a lot of ministers plagiarize. That's nothing new. But it's probably best not to plagiarize something that a lot of ninjas already know off rip. Like that sermon from TD Fakes is very it's legendary. Like people know about, like people in the secular world, we know about this sermon. So let's take a look, because I haven't seen the video, but I'm going to come in pause with a bias that she probably did get caught out. and plus it's a woman preacher, so she definitely probably stole it. But let's give it a listen. Let's give it a listen, because they got the side by side comparison. Fair use to both of these people, to TD Fakes and the Caucasian minister right here, the Caucasian female minister right here. Anyways, fair use.
If you want to get delivered, you got to talk to yourself. You got to be willing to walk down the road and talk to yourself. You got to be willing to get in the car and preach to yourself. And I don't care if you have no road to preach.
Before I let it continue, that voice it sounds so forced. Oh my God. People, dude, let me let it play. And yeah, she's not only just copying TD Fakes, she's copying a whole lot of people that I will not name. But anyways, let's let it play. I won't pause it again.
No briefcase to preach, no credentials to preach. When you're going through hell and high water, you gotta talk to yourself. The Bible said that the sick, bleeding, hemorrhaging, hurting woman began to say to herself. So you see, it's what you say to yourself that gets you delivered. If you say you won't make it, then you won't make it. If you say you won't get healed, then you won't get healed. And if you say I'm broke, well then honey, you're gonna stay broke. Oh, but I came to serve notice to the devil. The Bible said the power of life and death is in your tongue. Slap somebody and say you gotta preach to yourself. Woo, I feel like shouting in here. Open your mouth and tell the devil, I'm coming out of this. I'm coming out.
I said I wasn't going to pause it again, but and yo, shout out to my musician friends. They be hustling. They be on the hustle. They be playing, they be playing at these, conferences, these, the women conferences. But the first comment says it the best right here. It says she sounds like she's playing preacher in her parents' basement. But people don't understand, like women like this, they go to ministers school and or ministers training and all these says, and they kind of teach ministers how to do stuff like this, to inflect, voice inflections, and I've said this and I said that and all this nonsense. Like this is this nonsense is taught to them. And on top of that, she probably even, or she probably didn't even go to school to this. She just copy how every single Negro minister runs their hustle. This is how they hustle. You know what I mean? But I guess in her case, it's just more blatant because she's clearly playing a part, But I don't want to ruin her hustle. Let me keep letting this play.
I'm too close not to come out. This is my moment. This is my time. This is my hour. And no devil in hell is gonna stop me. No demon's gonna hinder me. No witchcraft is gonna manipulate me, because I'm coming out.
If you're going to get delivered, you got to be able to talk to yourself. You got to be willing to walk down the road and talk to yourself. You got to be willing to get into your car and preach to yourself.
Fair use, though. Fair use to TD Fakes. But I was about to I was like, yeah, that sounds exactly like that sermon off rip. But not only that, she's copying a lot of other people. I'm talking about a lot of other people. But shout out to TD Fakes. Shout out to TD Fakes here.
I don't care if you don't have no license to preach, no robe to preach, no credentials to preach.
Bruh, she copying it word for word, bar for bar. She didn't even try to switch it up. Whoever this minister is, she the what's that fat bitch that be doing comedy? Amy Schumer. She the Amy Schumer of ministry. She the facts. Yo, she the Amy Schumer of ministry.
No briefcase to preach. When you come through hell and high water, you got to talk to yourself. The Bible said that this sick, hemorrhaging, bleeding, hurting woman began to say to herself. It's what you say to yourself that gets you delivered. If you say to yourself you can't make it, you can't make it. If you say to yourself you won't get better.
I will say this, white people, y'all took another L today. Y'all took an L. This is the stuff that black people lose their mind over. She copied it word for word, bar for bar. She didn't even try to switch it up. Oh man, white people, they take another L today. I'm very sorry. This is the stuff that ninjas lose their mind over, with the blatant, plagiarism, and then, profiting off that. You know what I mean? Usually though, Europeans are more slicker than that. They'll like copy like a black preacher that nobody really knows about. She went straight to the to the moneymaker. She said, "Hey man, TD Jakes made money saying this. I'm gonna say the exact same thing and make some paper." Hey yo, man, that's crazy work.
You won't get better. If you say to yourself you won't get healed, you won't get healed. If you say to yourself you're broke, you're gonna stay broke. Oh, but I came to serve notice on the devil. The Bible said the power of life and death is in your tongue. Slap somebody and say, you better speak to yourself.
This is she completely ripped off TD Fakes. Oh my God. Because when I first heard her, I was like, yeah, she definitely ripped him off. But now re-listening to that "Women Thou Art Loose," because like it's almost like a comedian. These preachers, they have their, they'll have their sermons. They don't come up with a new sermon every single time. These are things that are rehearsed. These are things that are produced. You know what I mean? It's like a routine. So I haven't heard that, the "Women Thou Art Loose" routine and I'm talking about in a while. Like when I was a kid, I heard this one, but especially now listening it to again and then listening to the side by side. Oh my God. this is, but this doesn't really shock me because people don't even understand, like there are websites where you can download a sermon. I'm pretty sure. No. I'm not joking. Like there are websites where you can download a sermon, and preachers will use those websites to just if they got writer's block, whatever, they just use that website and then they download a sermon and then riff off that. But I think now with AI, I'm pretty sure they can like generate a sermon. I bet you now. But yeah, I always say like, TD Fakes, he is a gifted speaker. That I've always given him credit for. TD Fakes he's a very gifted speaker. That's his gift. He can he knows a great motivational speaker. He's very good with the game, with his words, very good with the game. You know what I mean? So that I've always given him credit for. But this lady here, first of all, there's not supposed to be women preaching in general. So that's already red flag number one. I don't get this thing where I don't know how women have been getting away with this in church where they've been preaching. Like it's clearly, I don't understand how I'm not even a religious person and I know this. Hold on, can I bring up, what's that verse? What's the verse? What's that verse called? It's in my wallet somewhere. Hold on. It's in my wallet. Let me bring out my wallet real quick. I got the verse saved in my wallet. Yes, I do. I have the verse saved in my wallet. Okay, right here. What's the verse? I'm looking through my thing right now. I can't find here we go. Right here. First Corinthians, what's it says? 1 Corinthians 14:34-35. Women should remain silent in the churches. They are not allowed to speak, but must be in submission as the law says. Verse 35, if they want to inquire about something, they should ask their own husbands at home, for it is disgraceful for a woman to speak in the church. And then we got 1 Timothy 2, verses 11-15. It says a woman should learn in quietness and full submission. Verse 12, I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. Verse 13, for Adam was formed first, then Eve. 14, and Adam was not the one deceived. It was the woman who was deceived and became a sinner. Verse 15, but women will be saved through childbearing if they continue in faith, love, and holiness with propriety. That's in the book y'all stand on. Oh man, that's in the book y'all stand on. So that's already all bunch of red flags with that, with that video.
Open your mouth and tell the devil, I'm coming out of this. I'm coming out. I'm too close not to come out.
Somebody said, I can't believe this. I mean, I can, but can't believe the audacity to steal it verbatim and not credit him. I'm not seeing Christ-like behavior in these actions at all. Many blessings to Pastor Fakes, as his original sermon was on point. And somebody said, you plagiarized the entire woman thou art loose sermon. They said, repent. She said, gentrified sermons is wild. Oh man, it's crazy work. That's crazy work. Low key, TD Fakes. He should sue. He should sue her for that. That's you.
If you want to get delivered, you gotta talk to yourself.
But I'll say this: if you in those rooms and you're seeing this, how you falling for that? How you falling for that? Like even me, I'll be like, how do you fall for TD Fakes? But at least he came up with this. At least it's an original bit. She just. And then people wonder why like ninjas like me don't even be up in churches no more. But anyway, somebody said she thought she was the only one with the DVD. Yeah, like, and I bet you these people paid like thousands of dollars to be at these. Somebody said she colonized this sermon. It's crazy. Somebody said, how in the world do you plagiarize a sermon? But people don't understand. You can literally download a sermon. And mind you, there's a lot of preachers that you see on, what's it, TBN. I don't know if that's still going on, the Word Network and whatever, ministry TV channel. A lot of those preachers that you see on TV, they be having ghostwriters. Believe it or not. People be like, well, yes, ministers, preachers, pastors, they hustling just like the rappers. They hustling, like the the news reporters. They hustling. You know what I mean? These are hustlers. This is what they do. Now hers is just very blatant. It's just blatant. Like it's not even similarity. She repeated his whole sermon. Yo, this is blatant. This is not even no similarities. It's the same exact. She copied it bar for bar, word for word. But hey, shout out to her though. This is somebody said she sounded like she's playing church like we did when we were young. Yeah, those are facts. She probably saw that sermon herself when she was younger, and she didn't. And the problem is when you're not authentic, you're not used to being creative, and you're just used to just copying off of other people, taking off of things. It just becomes your personality. You're just a leech. You're a cheater. You're a liar. You're a manipulator. So that's what she do. So she don't even she probably didn't even realize what she was doing, low key. And I'm not giving her an out, but when you're just a disingenuous person, you don't even realize. She probably like, oh shoot, I just took this whole sermon that I just copied in my head. She said somebody said similarities. You say she plagiarized 125%. Somebody said she doesn't even sound convincing. She sounds rehearsed, like she doesn't even normally preach like that. Well, yes, but that's how ministry works, though. It's not like a lot of your favorite pastors that you see, they copying off of somebody they know. You know what I mean? Like a lot of your favorite ministers, it's like when I was a younger soccer player, I try to copy, Balotelli, right? Pogba and these guys, Hazard. I try to use their skill moves, and you end up. What's the guy that everybody's making fun of the QB from Nebraska that's literally cosplaying as Patrick Mahomes? This is what you do. But ministry is in the same light. It falls under the entertainment. So these are things that happen. You got people copying each other. You got people plagiarizing off each other. People stealing sermons. Yes, this stuff happens. You know what I mean? So this is actually common. This is very common. But this is just like blatant. This is just blatant. Somebody said, why is she talking like she just came out of the 1950 Mississippi hood church? Well, like she that's her hustle. But yeah, man. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Shout out to TD Fakes. I'm sorry that happened to you. Because she blatantly took your whole shtick, and that's foul in my opinion. You technically have license to sue. In my opinion, I don't know if he copy. I don't know if TD Fakes copyrights his speeches or his stuff, but you know we'll see what he does. He's probably not going to do anything about it. He's most likely not going to do anything about it. But yeah, but shout out to everybody involved, and obviously you know she's just hustling. First of all, she's not supposed to be preaching, you know, according to her book. But anyways.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.